Hey folks, this is a little tutorial on G67 2.2 AB1, and we're just going to go ahead and work some of these problems and see how it goes. I'm going to put my calculator down so that you can see my answers here. So for these first problems, we're just going to be comparing fractions. We're not really even getting into any negative ones, so they're pretty simple. But the easiest way to compare fractions is to simply make them into decimals. So 3/5, again, 3/5 is really the same as 3 divided by 5. So we just put that in our calculator, 3 divided by 5, and we get 0.6. So this is 0.6. And then 5 divided by 7, 5 divided by 7, that equals 0.71. Now, I really don't need to go even past that. I'm going to throw a 0 on here just so that I can think about money. We've got 60 cents and 71 cents. Well, 71 cents is definitely bigger. So 3/5 is less than 5/7. Let's take a look at another one here. We'll just do 4/9. I know that that's going to be 0.444. There's a pattern there. 4 divided by 9 is 0.444. So I'm just going to make that 0.44. And then 5/11s. Just go ahead and clear it out and do 5 divided by 11. That equals 0.4545. So these are repeating, and this is 0.45 repeating. And really all I need to do is look at the first couple of digits here, and I can see that this is like 44 cents. This is like 45 cents. This is bigger. I'll do one with mixed numbers. So Sal Khan, one of my heroes, he would say that 3.5 is simply 3 and 2/11 is 3 plus 2/11. That's the way he likes to think about it, and I think it's a great way to think about it. So let me do 2 divided by 11. 2 divided by 11 is equal to 0.18 repeating. So this is equal to 3.18 repeating. So let me put that down. 3.18 repeating. And 3 and 1/9, well, again, there's that pattern. This is 3, and 1/9, 1 divided by 9, is simply going to be 0.11111. There's a pattern there. 1/9 is 0.1111. 2/9 is 0.2222, and so on. Okay, so I'm going to make this money to make it easier to compare. I got $3.18 here. I've got $3.11 here. This is definitely bigger. And so I think you could work through some of those. I'm more interested in when we get down in here to a little closer to the bottom where we look at problem number 9. And now I'm going to see if I can just make that just a smidge bigger for you. Maybe the smidge won't work. It won't. Sorry, folks. I tried my best. Okay. So we've got negative 8/13. So let's see what negative 8/13 is. Well, wait a minute. Look at our denominators. We've got negative 8/13 and we've got negative 5/13. Let's just think about a number line real quick here. Draw this. So here's 0 way over here because we're going to be in the negative. And let's say that this is 1. And for this case of this thing, we're just going to say this is negative 13 over 13. So there's our negative 13/13. That's one whole. So negative 5/13. Well, 6.5/13. This would be, I'll just make a little dot here. This would be halfway. Negative 8/13. That's going to be more than half. So let's just put this here. Negative 8/13. Negative 8/13. Actually, I can just leave it almost written right where it was. Negative 8/13. And negative 5/13. That's probably going to be over here. Okay, so now look at that. Which one of those is closer to 0? This one is closer to 0, right here. This one is greater. I know that you might want to take and put them into the calculator and look at it this way, as decimals. Sorry, I gotta get my Face ID working for me. Let's just do it. 5/13. 5 divided by 13. This equals, this is going to be a negative 0.38. Okay? And let's put the other one as 8/13. 8 divided by 13. This is a negative 0.61. Now, if we put a circle there to put our inequality symbol in there, this one is greater. This is like owing somebody 61 cents. This is like owing somebody 38 cents. It's better. It's less. This one here is less because it's more negative. This one is greater because it's less negative than the other. It's closer to 0. All right, let's take another one here. Well, this is negative 3/8 and this is negative 7/8. Well, when you think about it, which one of those is closer to 0? Well, this one is closer to 0. This one is greater. If you think about it as a decimal, this is negative 3.75 like this, and this is negative 0.875. So this one is like owing, again, 37 cents. This is like owing 87 cents. On a number line, this one is going to be closer to 0, so it is greater. All right, here we have negative 2/5 and negative 6/7. Well, we should probably put these into a calculator, but we could probably figure these out. 2/5, if you put 2 divided by 5 into a calculator, you're going to get 0.4, and it's negative. And I'm going to take a 0.40 just so it looks like money, because money will be very helpful in this. If we put 6/7 in, 6 divided by 7, that's going to be 0.85. And we could have probably even just looked at it and said, hey, look, this is going to be greater than half, right? Because it's 6/7. So this is negative 0.85. Which one of these is greater? Well, this one is. This one is closer to 0. All right. Now, this one here, same thing. Let's just think about this one. This one is 2/9. This is less than a half. Okay? This one is negative 9/11. This is more than half. This one has to be greater. It's closer to 0. If you want, you could take and put them into the calculator, but 2/9, that's like a quarter, and 9/11 is almost like a whole. So this one is definitely greater. It's less negative. This one is less because it's more negative. All right. Now, these are a little bit simpler to look at, number 13, because we're working with the exact same type of thing, but in decimal form. So this one here, I'm just going to add a 0 on here. Which one of these is greater? Well, they're both negative, so which one is less negative? This is a negative $4.50. This is a negative $4.55. This one is greater. Same thing here. This is a negative $6.14. This is a negative $6.15. This is closer to 0. It's less negative, so it's greater. Same thing here. Let's just put a 0 on. Take a look at them. Which one is greater? Which one's closer to 0? Which one is less negative? You got it. All right, how about that one there? Here, let's put a 0 to make it easy. Which one is closer to 0? Which one is less negative? Which one is greater? There we go. All right. Now, these ones here, I think you can work on your own. I'm going to work one of a couple problems here. I'm going to do the one down here that is negative. So these ones here you can do by yourself. Just make them all into decimals and then label them. So I'm just going to do, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put your answers on those lines there. And they want to know which one of them. Oh, actually, you don't even have to order them. Ha! This is great. We can get rid of all this stuff. They just want to know which one is least. So this is, they want the smallest number here. Make them all into decimals. See which one is smallest. Make sure you check to see if they're positive or negative. It looks like they're all positive. Same thing here. They want the greatest. Take a look at them all. Make them all into decimals so they're easy to compare and see which one is the greatest. Again, it's going to be the biggest number because these are all positive. Now we're getting interesting here. Now we've got to go from least to greatest. So let me see. I'll do this one here for you. Negative 5.81. So let's put down 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers. We're going to have 1, 2, 3, and 4. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to make these all easy to compare. We're going to make them all into decimals. So this one is already a decimal, negative 5.81. So let me just, I'll take and put some highlights here so we can write right in the highlight. You can see. Okay, so this is negative 5.34. So this is going to be negative 5.75. This one is going to be negative 5.6. And let's add a 0 on there. And then we've got negative 5.69. So now let's just take a look at these. Which one of these are closest to 0? Well, they've all got 5 at the front. So let's just look at the last ones. We've got 81, 75, 60, and 69. Oh my gosh, it looks like the greatest one, sorry about that, looks like the greatest one is 60. So let me see, we're going from least to greatest, so I'm going to put over here least and greatest. So the greatest is going to be the one that's the least negative. So that's me, negative 5.6. So that's actually negative 5 3/5. Now, which one is the most negative? Well, we still have 81, 75, and 69. Well, 81 is, so this is negative 5.81. We didn't change that. So that's the most negative. Now, what's the next most negative? Well, it looks like negative 5.75. So put that in its original form, negative 5 3/4. And then this one here, negative 5.69. There we go. So you can go ahead and you can do this one here by yourselves. All right. Now, let's just take a look at this question here, number 21. Which point on the number line is which point on the number line is the graph of 0.875? Well, 0.875, you could think about this a couple ways. 0.875, and let's just make this into a fraction. Well, let me show you a simple way of making something into a fraction. Let's take something you know, 0.5, which is a 1/2. You can make 0.5 into, sorry about that, I gotta slide that down. Okay, so 0.5 into a fraction. The way you make a decimal into a fraction is you simply take and put your pen on the decimal, make it into a fraction bar, put a 0 under each digit, and put a 1 out in front of everything. So this is 5/10. Obviously, this is 1/2. So let's do the same here. Make it into a fraction bar, put a 0 under everything, and put a 1 in front of it. Now, if you take and start dividing these, you could divide by 5, you could divide it by 25, you could actually divide them by 125 too. That's the greatest common factor. And if you do that, 875 divided by 125 is 7, and 1000 divided by 125 is 8. So this is a fraction, is 7/8. So 7/8, if this is a quarter and this is a half, and this is 3/4, well, this is 2/8, this is 4/8, 3/4 is 6/8. So 7/8 has to be halfway between these two. So this point S, this has to be 0.0, 0.875. Now, another way of doing this is just to convert all these decimals, all these fractions into decimals, and you could have done that. So whatever you like on that one. R is too close to 1. This is probably closer to, I don't know, 0.92 or something like that. All right? Very good. And if you could order a set of numbers from least to greatest, the middle, and the number is the median, find the median of these. So this is simple. Just take and put these in order. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And least to greatest, so write least over here. Write great over here. These are all positives. Sorry, I got to slide down again. So you got 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this one here, this middle one here is going to be your median. If you put them in order from least to greatest. Honestly, you could put them in order from greatest to least too. The middle number is going to be it. So, all right, thanks for listening. Hope this helped out completing this worksheet.